What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with the weekly reset for Destiny 2, and of course it's Tuesday the 19th of March. It's already been a pretty interesting day, as we've had a reveal for the Into the Light update coming in April, so there have been a few juicy bits there. For the purposes of this video though, we'll be covering all of the reset related stuff, and we have had yet another Destiny update, so we'll cover the patch notes if we get them there. On top of that, it's the final week for Guardian Games, so we'll cover that and the Eververse store, as well as all the vendors as always, and then we'll touch on the featured rewards for the week. We do get a new Nightfall weapon, plus we'll cover key unlocks, farmable exotics, and plenty more in the video as always. So guys, if you enjoy this one, a rating below really does help us out on the channel. Also be sure to get subscribed and I'll keep you posted with all this Destiny news we're getting. But otherwise, let's get into it. And initially, it is the final week of Guardian Games, so it goes without saying if you want to pick up any of the weapons, rewards, event card items, Eververse stuff, or of course the challenges, then we are in the final few days to get it done. So let us know if you're working on wrapping anything up there. Otherwise, it's also worth putting front and center that we have a new Nightfall weapon this week, and this is the Slammer Sword. It's a new Vortex frame sword, and it can get cool stuff like Attrition Orbs or Relentless Strikes paired with Cold Steel, or Bait and Switch, which is a first. So there are a few interesting things to go after on the sword this week. If you want a breakdown of all of the perks that it can roll, I'll link that video down below, but otherwise, let us know if you'll be chasing down the Slammer inside of the Corrupted. And as always, it's something that I'll keep you posted on. Next up though, we have had another patch for the game today. There have been a whole bunch of these with fixes recently, and for Crucible in general, they say they fixed several issues where special ammo crates were incorrectly spawning in Control and Supremacy game modes. On top of that, an issue where Lord Shaxx's announcement for Supremacy game modes was missing in Guardian Games Supremacy, plus the fixed issue where the Mercy ruling was absent in all Supremacy-based game modes, and one where the game mode banner icon was the placeholder version for Collision in Crucible Labs. Also for Trials though, they fixed an issue where incorrect special ammo meter reward amounts were used, and one where the passage of persistence could become flawed when losing a game while at 0 wins, which prevented players from earning the Adept reward. So it's good that that one's now fixed ahead of Friday. For gameplay and investment though, for armor, they fixed an issue where the Stronghold exotic gauntlets were incorrectly granting restoration ×1 instead of ×2, and an issue where the All-Star Cloak and Mark were not available to convert into universal ornaments. On top of that though, an issue where the Titan's Lion's Might helmet ornament wasn't displaying properly. They also fixed a bunch of issues with players being stuck on steps of quests from Season 22, so if you've been affected by that, or any of the Season 23 intro quests, then hopefully you'll be able to make some progress, and there are some additional notes in the patch notes, so I'll link that down below and give us any thoughts you have on those fixes in the comment section. Next up though, let's get on to the Eververse store for the week right here, and initially there is of course the Ghostbusters bundle that Bungie had teased a little while back, so obviously that was also in the update today. These are silver items right here, so of course you can preview them in game if you are interested in picking them up. The bundle here is 2,500 silver, so give us your thoughts on that. I guess it depends how much you like Ghostbusters, but for Bright Dust items right here in Eververse, on the front page, we've got the Reigning Champion exotic emote available, so take a quick preview of that one, seeing as the game is backing me out of the preview for some reason. That one is 3,250 Bright Dust. Also, we've got the Triple Bogey exotic Sparrow, which is a rather curious looking thing here for 2,500 Bright Dust. And then the Star Wars Sigil Transman effect available this week, which is 450 Bright Dust. But for shaders on the front page, we've got Rivalry White Sand, available up first, and that's 300 Bright Dust as always. There is also the Up for Grabs shader available this week in the store as well. And there we go, we finally got the preview for that too. For the second page of Eververse items though, no weapon ornament this week, which is disappointing, but we do have the Exercise Cycle exotic emote, which is 3,250 Bright Dust if you need a bit of a workout right there. There's also the Touchdown Dance legendary emote, which is a cool one right there for 700 Bright Dust. And then the Free Throw rare emote, which is 400 Bright Dust this week. I very nearly said that one incorrectly, but got a few new items, I believe, right here. So there is the Tasseled Shell exotic ghost for Guardian Games, which is 2,850 Bright Dust. On top of that, though, the Championship Advantage exotic ship, which is 2,000 Bright Dust this week. So kind of a cool one right there, I suppose. And this Bucephalus 3, is that how you say that? Kind of a weird looking one, but somewhat interesting, available for 2,500 Bright Dust. And then there is the Fervent Fan Projection, a legendary ghost projection there for 1,500 Bright Dust. But for the second page of shaders, initially, we've got Verdant Crown, which has come up a few times during the Guardian games right here. There's also Rivalry Black Sand, the alternate shader to the one that was on the front page right there. And yes, it took me the entirety of the Eververse inventory so far to get into the tower. We've also got the chitin slate shader. Wow, and that one is not previewing correctly. That's just a very, very giant foot, is it not? I believe. Let's try that one again. There we go. That's more like it. Not sure what was going on right there. But also there is the photo finish, the RGB shader, if you fancy changing colors on the fly. Although I've noticed that other players can't always see these RGB colors. You can't always spot them in game. Maybe that's just my PC about to explode. But we've got spring fountain effects available as well for 450 bright dust, so we'll have a quick preview of that one. Additionally though, there is the cyber class entrance available this week as well. And very finally, we've got the reflection effects transmat effect in the store as well. All of these are 450 bright dust. So give us your thoughts on the Eververse inventory down in the comment section and let us know if you plan to pick anything up. Let's have a quick look at Banshee though, why not, for the featured weapons for the moment at least. We've got the Lunar Ladder 4B with no distractions and Wellspring. There's also the Cartesian Coordinate with Hip Fire Grip and Snapshot. And then the annual Skate Hand Cannon with Tunnel Vision Wellspring. The Cold Denial, which has got Feeding Frenzy and Unrelenting. And finally, Bump in the Night, which has got Steady Hands, Chain Reaction, and of course Extrovert. So if you want to grab any of those, worth doing it now as they will change throughout the course of the week. But finally, to check in with Shader 1, who of course we're hoping to see bring the Forges back into the light, although that's just a rumour. For now though, she's got the Terra Concord set of armour available right here, so if you want to add it to collections, worth a visit. But for the featured shaders, we've got Gold Leaf initially right here. All these previews are rather slow at the minute. These are all 10,000 Glimmer. There's also the Bray Innovation from back in the Warmind era, if you want to pick up an older shader. And finally, the New Monarchy Allegiance, if you're after some older faction shaders as well. Let's wait for the preview. It's what we do. Will it ever come? Well, I've been waiting here for a while now, and the answer to that question apparently is no. Maybe it's some weirdness with the update, but you get the idea. That's Ada 1. Let us know if you plan to pick up any of the shaders this week. Moving on to some other rewards for the week though, and the exotic mission rotator this week features Presage, where we can pick up the Dead Man's Tail. Of course that's a craftable exotic, but also the activity can drop Season of the Haunted weapons and gear, so if you're looking to farm any of those, it'll be a good week to jump in. Otherwise though, the Deepstone Crypt is the featured raid this week, so all of the rewards, including the Eyes of Tomorrow exotic rocket launcher, are completely farmable in that activity. But on top of that, the Pit of Heresy dungeon is featured as well. Our final mention for now though, includes the Lost Sectors for the week, and for today, we've got the Chamber of Starlight in the Dreaming City dropping exotic chest pieces. Then it'll move over to Europa with Perdition on March 20th dropping helmets. March 21st will be Bunker E15 dropping exotic legs. Then for the 22nd, we'll see Concealed Void dropping exotic arms. March 23rd, we'll move over to Neomuna with Thrillerdrome dropping exotic chest pieces. But finally for March 24th, it'll be Gilded Precept dropping helmets. Then it'll be EDZ on March 25th with Scavenger's Den dropping exotic legs. So those are the featured Lost Sectors for the week, and that breaks down the bulk of the stuff worth knowing for this week's reset. So as always, I hope the video has been useful today, and if it has, a rating below very much helps us out on the channel. Also be sure to get subscribed so I can keep you posted with more Destiny content. And otherwise, as always, I appreciate you tuning in today, but whatever you get up to, I will catch you guys very soon.